Coach, obviously a great coach, and has everyone prepared, does a great job of that. And obviously, I said before, taught me a lot, was a great mentor for me for a long time. And I really enjoyed my time in New England. I just gonna try to do what I always do, go be a great quarterback. Obviously understand the opponent, and I know all those guys, they're some of my great friends. They will be for the rest of my life. So I know a lot of coaches, players, the owners, the staff. It'll be great to see everyone after the game. I still have a lot of great friends there, but they know I want to kick their butt this week, so they'll know exactly how I'm feeling once I'm out there.
I mean, media is going to scrutinize his voice there. He sounds like Kyle after he goes to a Slipknot concert the next time. There's that. We've been breaking down this game from all angles. We've been breaking it down for months, and it is just 2 sleeps away. So in terms of drama and NFL history, how would we like to finish this sentence? The most compelling outcome of the Buccaneers-Patriots game would be what? What would be the most compelling way for this to go?
The compelling way for this to go, I think, is if New England upsets Tampa Bay.
Okay, we got something.
I mean, you've got something there because this is a New England team right now with a rookie quarterback. They've got a lot of new faces on both sides of the ball that when you look at the game and the weapons that Tampa Bay has, Tampa Bay should win this game, right? But if somehow Bill Belichick and his mastery and that genius that he has is able to put together a game plan, is able to slow down Brady in this high-powered offense, and then somehow is able to just facilitate some offense here with Mac Jones and score more points, that'll be a heck of a story to talk about.
You were with these guys for years. Is there any mind control that Brady might be suffering from Belichick? Is there like not a father-son thing, but is there like, okay, I'm in his world and he might crumble in this situation?
You know, my big thing is, why don't they just right before the game, have a huge tribute video, like really soften him up. In his locker, maybe some flowers, his favorite cologne or something like that, just soften him up. He comes out, maybe get some tears going.
Subway.
Because I think that's the only way that maybe Tom gets out of like his, mental focus, steel trap mind of not being ready to go.
Bill comes over to him, gives him a big
hug.
Like, love you, you're
That's
just
it.
the best.
Matt, you're a really sharp guy. I'm going to put you on the spot. One word to describe the Belichick-Brady relationship.
Professional.
That's a great word. That's a very loaded word.
I mean, it's a loaded word in so many different
That's a great word, though.
But, I mean, that's because you could say complex as well. I mean, but if there's one word, I'd say professional. It's like coach, player.
Yeah.
We're going to work together. This is what,
That's good.
And that's just kind of how they always went about that relationship. It wasn't like, hey buddy.
Let me ask you, because we got you here for one day, and when Brady goes down with that knee injury and you're thrown into the fire and you led that team to 11 wins, was Belichick the same to you as he would have been to Brady? Was there more coaching for you? Was there, how did he handle another quarterback other than Brady in that room?
Right, it's interesting because people always ask, how was Belichick with you? And I'll never forget after the Miami game, it was early in the season, they had...
Wildcat.
Oh, Wildcat came in and just dominated us, right? And it was early of me taking over, and there's always, obviously, a lot of people are saying, can this guy do it? Who are they going to bring in, the veteran quarterback? And so I remember being in the lunch or the breakfast room the next day after that loss and him coming up and saying, hey, you're going to be all right. We're not bringing anybody else in. You're our guy. Just focus on the task at hand. We're going to get better. And I will never forget that moment because it gave me confidence moving forward, right? It gave me that, lift that I needed because I was on the fence myself, right? We beat the Jets, but we get pounded by Miami. We had a little bit of success, but I wasn't where I needed to be. But for him to come in and say, hey, don't worry about it. You're going to be fine was a big statement for me.
That's winning the most compelling?
I think so, and I think if they win a certain way, it's even more compelling. If the Patriots upset the Buccaneers and Belichick just puts the screws to Brady, I think we're talking about it Monday morning because he's done this before to great offenses. We know about the Rams' greatest show on turf, he did that too, but I go back just a few years ago. The Rams with Goff and Kupp and Woods. Well, Kupp wasn't playing that game, but this Rams team with McVay.
Super Bowl.
I think this was a masterpiece from New England. And if he does this to Brady, where it's like suddenly this high-flying offense just seems completely unable to do anything and get it going, it's like, I can scheme. It is about X's and O's. It is not about Joe's, and I will be able to beat Tom Brady. I think that's the most compelling outcome, that on Monday morning we come in, and it's like 13-3. Patriots beat the Bucs. And it's not Mac Jones throwing for 400 yards. It's the defense just confounding Tom Brady, the almighty one, and Belichick being able to just puppet master this thing to death and find a way to scheme a way for victory so that it is, my coaching was better than your playing.
That would be so crazy. Even those highlights you're showing, Tom Brady Goff and McVay, they were like, this is our first time. Here we are. But, like, Tom Brady's been there so many times.
Very hard to believe.
So if he does it, that would be amazing.
It would be great. I can't deny it. I can't argue it. But my answer to the question, the most compelling answer, is Buccaneers annihilation. 47-3, Tampa Bay over New England. Just a complete. You know that there's that Venom movie out there. Let there be carnage. Let there be carnage. Because today, this week of all weeks, we're talking a lot about history. There's a lot of them that you remember. Mike Ditka used to play for Tom Landry as a tight end back in the Cowboys back in the day. The '85 Bears, Ditka's Bears, go into Texas to play Tom Landry's Cowboys. They won 44-0. It was unbelievable. Like, it was gratuitous. It was almost personal. We remember the Brett Favre return to Lambeau because he destroyed the Packers and he came in and torched the place. I think Brady laying on it, and a lot of this, by the way, I know that Gronk is banged up. I would bet my life that Gronk plays in this game, and I think Bruce Arians is a man for the moment and a man for the drama, and I think he and Byron Leftwich will do whatever they have to do to get a Brady to Gronk touchdown in Foxborough. I would bet that it happens, maybe even two. There's a lot of talk this week about the relationship.
Right.
And Bill Belichick and Brady, oh, so much love, so much respect. Tom Brady is, by all accounts, a great person off the field. Make no mistake, he is a football jerk on the field. Like Kenny Smith used to call Kobe a basketball bleep hole. That's what Tom Brady is on the football field. I actually think he wants to destroy Bill Belichick. I think it's extremely personal. I don't think he wants that on his look. And I think if there is a screw you touchdown to be had at the end of the game, do it. I think he will, and I think it'll be big.
Patriots, the inferior team on every level, playing with a rookie quarterback as well. We'll see if that annihilation happens. There's a lot of people behind closed doors, like in sports. I mean, you ask somebody who's played for both teams who knows that it's a lot of Tampa Bay is going to win this. Like, by a lot. That's what I keep hearing. But you mentioned Gronkowski. Interesting you ask, what's going on with him? It's asking Rappaport, our NFL Network insider, keeping it at the Buccaneers thing. We would love to see Gronk in a big role in front of his fans at Foxborough. He'll be embraced, of course, up there, a multi-Super Bowl champion. Him and Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown could play huge in this game.
No, let's start with Gronk, and I'm with Kyle here. There is no way that Rob Gronkowski is missing this game. It sounds like the rib injury, not considered a major one. X-rays after the game were negative. Has not practiced Wednesday, did not practice Thursday.
Welcome to Good Morning Football, where you get a little bit of everything right here, just like all the different flavors of Old Trapper. That is who our show is presented by. Old Trapper Beef Jerky, our family over there. Thanks for fueling us for the next couple of hours here on a Friday. Matt Castle joining us. Did you enjoy Wall Streeters? They got back on their yacht and left.
I mean, I wish I was out there to see that. I mean, I got to watch it, but what an incredible.
You know, the last time we saw those guys, Jared and Trent, this is crazy. It was on the beach in Miami.
Is that right?
2 Super Bowls ago. Before the pandemic, yeah. What did you think of Jared and Trent? They're gone now, I guess.
I mean, they're just, I'll tell you what, they're high rollers. I can tell that right away. Like, they take their job seriously, but they know the markets here.
That's right.
They know the markets. They know their craft.
That was your takeaway?
I thought that was great.
Really?
I'm glad they did a lot of introspection and they improved, you know, they changed, which is good.
Did they?
Seen a lot
of growth.
If I
can change, then you can change. Peter Schrager, Kyle Brandt, my name's Kay Adams. We've got highlights. Kyle, have you caught up? Is your breath okay?
Yes,
Are you?
Oh, yeah, I've been fine. I just had a coffee break. I was in the break room. We all can change, like you said, Kay. Everybody can change. Can the Bengals change? Can they really change after all these years? Well, certainly not at the beginning of last night's Thursday Night Football game in Cincinnati, Ohio. Hashtag SOB, same old Bengals, was trending because they get down 14-0 in this game. An early James Robinson touchdown, and then hold on a second. Are they going to do this again? Trevor Lawrence. Matt Castle, talk about that play.
Oh, I mean, this is an incredible play because as he comes off, the defensive end plays it perfect, but then he's able to just use his athleticism to sneak inside. Bam. But this one?
This was nuts.
Not so much.
So, at this point, they had an 86% chance, next-gen stats, of winning the game. Kick a field goal, give 3 scores. Urban Meyer goes for it, and they get stuffed. I think it changed a lot. And then, Matt, you talked earlier about this first drive of the second half. We missed the big one to Jamar Chase. But, ladies and gentlemen, America, C.J. Uzomah it turned into Antonio Gates meets, I don't know who, Jason Witten and Antonio Gonzalez. He was awesome. 14-7. Joe Mixon doing his thing, so just like that.
Mixon looked really fresh, too.
He did.
Was running fast, and they were in the 13 early, and then they opened it up. He looked good.
He finished with 67, and he scored there. And now, listen, but the Bengals came back, too. 14-14. Credit them. They're learning how to win, but after the Bengals erased that 14-0 lead, Jacksonville said, no, we're not going quietly tonight. I'm sorry, Junior. You can cover your eyes all you want. We came here to win, but Joe Burrow said, hold on. Did you guys do your research in the media guide about C.J. Uzomah? Burrow just improvising. Matt, talk about this.
I mean, this is a great job of him keeping his eyes downfield. The offensive line gave him the time to do this, right? You saw him get flushed to the left as he keeps his eyes downfield. Uzomah uncovers, hits him in stride, and goes right down the sideline. That's a lot of times how these big plays are made.
Guess who this is?
Oh,
C.J. Uzomah.
Gosh.
Adams, I mean, like, he's definitely a pickup, right? He has to be.
In the rock.
I told you guys to pick him up. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
I don't know if Zach Taylor would have told us to pick him, but he certainly told Joe Burrow to throw to him. They picked this guy in the draft. Evan McPherson was a 5th-round pick as a kicker, and that is why second game winner of the season, 24-21. Are my eyes deceiving me, friends, or is that a 3 and a 1 next to the word Bengals? Awesome win, awesome game. Even in defeat, Jacksonville showed us something, and Joe Burrow, on that Thursday Night Football crew. Joe, we just said it, you're 3 and 1. That's a big deal, right?
We're 3 and 1, but it doesn't matter right now at all. We're barely a quarter of the way through the season. You know, we played one division game. We still got to play Baltimore and the Browns, and we got to play Pittsburgh one other time. So, you know, 3 and 1 is great, but it doesn't mean anything at the end of the year. I really wanted to put a great product on the field for our fans. We have great fans. We really, really do. And just the last few years, they haven't had a good product to watch on the field. And now we're playing really, really well. We have great fans that are going to come out every single night and support us. I couldn't be in a better spot.
Second place in the AFC, first place in the AFC North, those 3 and 1 Bengals. Congrats to them and their fan base. And we've got, I mean, this slate of action for week 4 is incredible, but I look all the way to the bottom and I see Tampa Bay at New England.
Okay.
Yep, it's a huge one. Kyle called it Super Bowl 55.5. And Tom Brady actually spoke to the media about his former coach yesterday, Bill Belichick, and just spoke eloquently on his return to New England.
I mean, he's a great coach, obviously a great coach, and you know, has everyone prepared, does a great job of that. And obviously, I said before, taught me a lot, was a great mentor for me for a long time. And I really enjoyed my time in New England. I just going to try to do what I always do, go be a great quarterback. Obviously, understand the opponent, and I know all those guys. They're some of my great friends. They will be for the rest of my life. So I know a lot of coaches, players, the owners, the staff. It'll be great to see everyone after the game. I still have a lot of great friends there, but they know I want to kick their butt this week, so they'll know exactly how I'm feeling once I'm out there.
I mean, media is going to scrutinize his voice there. He sounds like Kyle after he goes to a Slipknot concert the next
Yeah.
There's that. We've been breaking down this game from all angles.